Often I hear people telling me, if I can afford to buy a condo, surely I will buy a condo one. I wouldn't buy a HDB resale. Should that be the case? Let Toby, the HDB guy, reveal to you why buying a HDB resale might be better. So number one, it is cheaper. So HDB resale price is actually cheaper than a condominium in the same vicinity, and yet you enjoy the same convenience. HDB prices, they offers lower PSF as compared to a condominium, and therefore it offers more value for money proposition. So it is like a more value for money, yet you get to enjoy the same convenience as compared to a condo. So let me give you an example. So a HDB EA at a 1560 square feet with a balance of 60 years lease in Serangoon Block 317, nearest MRT is Lorong Chuan, was sold for 1.08 million. So Chiltern Park with a balanced lease of a 66 years lease around the same vicinity, 1518 square feet, was sold for 2.05 million. So the difference is about $1 million. So if compared to a newer condos around the vicinity, the price difference is actually much more. So if you look at it, the difference is actually minimally $1 million. So when we buy a resale HDB, it actually offers more value for money, yet you get to enjoy the same convenience near to city location. Number two, it makes more financial sense. I remember when I was on the ground, when I sell my HDB owner's place, and when I bring them wanting to explore their next alternative, they told me that they wanted to buy a HDB resale. And I asked them why. Because when I look at their incomes are very strong. Both husband and wife combined income is easily 20 over 1,000. Yet they tell me that they want to buy a HDB resale. So I asked them, actually, why you don't want to consider buying a private condo, but why you choose to buy a HDB? So they told me that actually it makes more sense. I say, what do you mean? And this is what they said. They told me that by buying a HDB resale, they are buying at a lower price in totality. And number two, they have extra money. Meaning say, rather than putting the money into the property, they rather to have that extra money to go for experiences. They rather to go for holidays with the family, put the money in stock markets that's able to 2x or 3x the money, and they rather put the money to a better good use, for example, the charity that they believe in doing. So when I speak to them, they actually make sense. And I do agree with them to an extent that when they buy a HDB resale, it's actually cheaper in totality, and yet free up the rest of the money to do the things and go for the experiences. In addition, there are CPF housing grants available. For example, there are CPF housing grants up to 80,000, enhanced CPF housing grant, and also the proximity grants that are available to the buyers for HDB resale. And that offers great value to the potential buyer as well. And as compared to condo, there's no grant available from the government. So it is more worthwhile to take advantage of the grant that government is giving you. Reason number three, the size of the property. HDB resale offers a greater size, so that is able to cater to your family needs and your wants. So for example, a HDB unit in Redhill, about 1,001 square feet, a 5-room HDB, can cost about 900 plus to $1 million, let's say. However, a condo of a 3-bedroom size, let's say 1,000 or slightly 1,000, there minus, it can cost up to 2 over million to even 3 over million. So there is a difference of about 2 times difference though. That is about a $1 million, $2 million difference. For example, a unit in Redhill, a HDB 5-room, about 1,001 square feet, can cost about 900 plus to $1 million. However, in the same area, the condo can cost about 2 over million and 3 onwards, and yet the size is relatively smaller for a 3-bedroom. So when you buy into a bigger size, it actually offers you a greater space for your family needs and your family wants. EA and EM are huge units, about 1,005 square feet and above. These units are not built by the government anymore. And when the buyers buy into such units, I think there's still a potential to make some money out of it. Because why? I think it is a rare product. Because it is not being built by the government anymore, and this supply is just going to be lesser and lesser. And I think in terms of the demand and supply, I think it still offers great value proposition, and you'll still be able to make some capital appreciation in the future. And the next point, location, location, location. So look at all these maps. all these MRT stations, they are surrounded by HDBs instead of a private condo. So not many condos are as near to the MRT as compared to HDB. And that is why some buyers will still opt for resale HDB because they want the close proximity to MRT and also the shopping malls, heartlander shops, and easy access to all the amenities that they need. And that is why buyers still prefer to buy a HDB because they feel that it is nearer to the MRT and is access to all their daily necessities, and thus they will still opt for buying a HDB resale. So many of the condos are not as near to the MRT as HDB, and that is why some HDB buyers, they still prefer to buy a HDB because it is nearer to the MRT. It is nearer to the shopping malls that they want to go to, nearer to the shops, the shop house amenities, near to their daily necessities. So everything is very close proximity to where they stay. And that is why they still prefer a HDB resale because of that convenience. So $1 million can get you a much bigger sales if you were to buy a HDB resale as compared to a condo. And this is especially true if we are talking about a matured estate. So if you are thinking of buying a HDB resale flat at the best value, remember to check out the link in the description box below. And remember, find HDB, find Toby. See you in the next episode. Lower in price, it offers you your family needs. See you in the next episode.
你可以一边在一边讲吗？我以为读完了。